Hello, and wow, that's not a good start. Hello, everyone. I'm recording this at 4 a.m., just saying, because today is also the day that my other podcast, the one that I do with my friend Yasp, starts its second season. So I'm figuring that I will probably be very busy during the day. So I don't want to not do this episode, and I don't want it to become a burden on my mind, so I can focus more on the Yasp start of new season. So I'm recording this at 4 a.m., which means I am myself kind of not in the headspace. Well, first of all, for the drink today, I'm still going to have Coke Zero. I Not the same bottle; it's a different bottle. I had a bunch of other syrups and waters, but I drank them all during the week, so I will make some for the next episode. And oh, by the way, next episode, if everything goes well, will be amidst of a lot of other busy stuff. But keep your fingers crossed for that. I'm naming this episode. It's either oh God, how can I forget? Uh, it is going to be either I'm still going over the dilemmas. So it's either chapter 7 or chapter 22. Yes, all of these pauses because I couldn't figure out what is 15 plus 7. I'm slowly losing my mind. So, and I'm going to name this one The Settlers' Rise of an Empire because one of the things I did during the week was finish Settlers' Rise of an Empire. Now, I have played this game, this very Settlers game, for years. I mean, it came out around 2007, I think. I think I played it like 10 years ago, 2010, and ever since then, it's been one of the stuff that I actively sought out to install on any new device I get. Like, when I changed my PCs, one of the games that came was Settlers Rise of an Empire. And now on my laptop, it also resided there. But I never finished it. I never finished it until this week. I've always get to like chapter 9. I think it's chapter 9 when they go into the desert, and I usually quit around then because I didn't like the desert levels. But this time, out of nothing really, I really just wanted to finish the game. I finished the game, and I mean it's good. It's really good. I don't remember a lot of other Settlers games though. I've played quite a few. I remember I played 3, 7, 4, and 5, and well, the 6. 6 is my favorite by far. Then it's Settlers 3 because Settlers 3 was very cutesy. I haven't played 4, 5, and 7 in a long time. I actually uh, got Settlers 5, Heritage of Kings again. So I'm actually hoping that I find that as good. Because I remember it was too warlike, and I don't like military stuff as much as I like city building and economy and, I don't know, micromanagement. So we'll see if that game is also for me, because I remember it was very military oriented and it was too realistic in style, but I'm willing to give it another chance. But yeah, this is about one of the things 2021 at least I finished a task 11 years into making. And it felt good. I know it's so pathetic to look at it and say, well, I've done it. And what I've really done is finish a game that's like 13, 14 years old at this point, but it felt good. It's like crossing something off your bucket list. And the story is actually good. I enjoyed the gameplay a lot. It's still one of my favorite Settlers games and one of my favorite games in general. I really liked it. I had to uninstall it though because I don't have a lot of space on my laptop, which is sad. But well, it's I finished it, and it means I can play other games now because I didn't have a space on the damn machine. This week was kind of weird and kind of busy, but it was also the week that I took 2 days absolutely for myself because I felt empty as fuck. So I played Settlers 6 for a full day, and I played Civilization 5, Sid Meier's Civilization 5 for a full day. In a campaign that was very glorious. I played as Catherine, the Empress of Russia, and it was really good. I had a very healthy relationship with Bismarck. And you know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't want to go on a tangent. And also, I'm thinking, and you can message me if there are many ways you can contact me on YouTube, on Anchor, on Telegram, on Instagram, even on Twitter. Even though I check that one very less frequently now, I just check to see there is one account from one of my friends whose Instagram account has been suspended. So I just check to see what he's doing. I don't know if he listens to this, but if he does, he knows who he is, Mr. Donut. But I'm sorry I keep swallowing. I don't know why, but I'm salivating a lot. And I know that's a gross imagery, and I'm very sorry for that. But I want to, it's an idea, I just thought of it, play a campaign of Civ 2, a standard campaign, which takes about like 8 hours. And come back after that and do a podcast like this and just talk about that and what happened. like a true crime or a history podcast, and I'm just talking about this one fucking campaign. If you really like that, or if you want to see something, it doesn't have to even be on this season. So for those of you some of you have said in private to me that you are waiting to listen to the season when it ends. So you can tell me, and if I haven't done it by the end of the season, we can do it on season 3. We are nearing the end, actually. We are halfway there, episode 7 or 22. Actually, we are less than halfway, but by the next episode, we'll be more than halfway there. But anyways, Settlers Rise of a Kingdom. Which actually brings another thing. RTSs. One of my favorite genres of games that are no longer given the attention they deserve. Your Stronghold, Age of series, your Settlers. I haven't seen new Settlers coming in a long time, and if I have to actually think about it, it's because they've done the online thing, a fucking online thing. I know half of the fun of these RTS games is the online multiplayer, but what about making them so we can enjoy them alone too? One of my fun memories is Age of Mythology campaign or Civ when I play it by myself but with AI. I don't know. It feels weird. And actually makes me feel kind of old. I know I'm not very old. I'm 23. To quote Coolio, I'm 23 now. Will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. But I am 23 now, on the verge of 24. Very soon, actually, probably in like, well, not very soon, a month and a half, or more than a month. It's February 28th, so be sure to congratulate me on my birthday. And, but feeling this makes me feel old because this Cyberpunk 2077 was coming out. I had no hype over that. There were games coming left and right, and I don't give a shit. And yet I feel glorious when I go back to play Stronghold Legends. They don't make games like they used to. Oh, fucking hell. And, well, when I go back to play Settlers games, which weirdly enough not a lot of RTS fans even know about. I had a discussion with a few of my friends who actually are kind of RTS fans. They've played the Stronghold series and the Warcraft, Starcraft, all of those Blizzard stuff. None of them had heard about Settlers. Not that they haven't played it, they didn't even heard about it. Which is kind of weird because I used to think Settlers was everywhere, but apparently it wasn't. It was only in my consciousness. I just remember the art for Settlers 3, which was a statue of a guy holding I think a plank. I might be wrong. Let me check it while I talk to you. And, oh no, the Settlers 3 art is actually the three helmets. Apparently, one from Egypt, one from Japan, and one from Rome. Then which one had the uh, guy standing with? Did I just dream that one? Did it never happen? I'm so confused. Was it for Settlers 4? No, Settlers 4 didn't have it either. Okay, I think I'm losing my mind because I remember that cover. Like, I mean, let me just search it on Google. I was searching it on Wikipedia, which is, I thought, well, Settlers 3 cover art. No, all of them are the three helmets. Did I just think that one up? Is it for another game? Am I thinking of another game? I'm so confused right now. Because I remember that. The statue of a guy holding a plank. And it was very cartoony with a big belly and all of that. I mean, let me just... Settlers cover art. I'm sorry, this is not my best episode, but... You have to realize I'm really distraught right now because I seriously thought that was a cover for a game. And apparently it's not. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, I found it. It's for Settlers 2 10th anniversary. Holy shit, that was a tangent if there was ever one. But yeah, it's a guy holding a plank. Why did I think it was for Settlers 3? Anyways, I'm kind of glad that I'm not losing my mind. And my memories are still myself. I'm going to take a sip of my Coke. Coke diet, by the way. No, it's not diet, it's zero. Oh, by the way, I should have done this sooner, but for those of you who may not know what is Settlers Games, it's an RTS, as I said, a real-time strategy game, and you manage a bunch of workers, a bunch of people in early Settlers games. I will get to Settlers 6. The objective is to expand your territory and capture the enemy. What makes it unique is the kind of a chain link economy where, you need to have planks in order to make. Oh, sorry. What the hell? You need to have logs in order to make planks, and you need to have planks in order to construct buildings. You need to have ore in order to have iron, and it's one of those chain link things, and it can be very frustrating, but it's actually very fun if you give it time. Settlers 6, in the earlier Settlers game, 321, you would have your territory and you just expanded it whenever you wanted by building a outpost. It just expanded it. But in Settlers, I think it was Settlers 5 or 4. I might be wrong. But in Settlers 6, which I played recently, so I know, there are regions that you conquer by building a military outpost. So, you can't just expand your territory in any way you want. In the earlier Settlers game, it was like a dotted line, and whenever you would put a outpost, the dotted line would just expand around that outpost. But in here, there are specific regions that you can just claim. The chain link thing is also more streamlined here. In the earlier Settlers game, you needed to have ore and then a smelter, and then you could make tools. But here, you don't need all of that. There are some things that I miss from earlier Settlers game in Settlers 6. Like one of the fun things for Settlers 3 was you could have one of your workers. In Settlers 3, you had individual workers that you needed to control. So in Settlers 6, you just create a building and they come to you and do the automatic thing. But in Settlers 3, you would go around in the mountain and have one of your guys search for ore, which was cute actually. The animation was cute and the whole thing added a, I don't know, kind of fun thing that I miss in Settlers 6, which is just, well, here are the resources on the map, go and get them. But it actually makes it easier to get into and honestly less frustrating. There are also combats. The combat thing is weird. I still have no idea how it works. I just spam units and send them. As I said, I work more economically and diplomatically, so fighting isn't my strongest suit, not only in Settlers but in any other RTS or turn based strategy game. I'm not the best fighter in Rome Total War, Civilization, or in Age of Mythology. So I usually build a secure base and just, when I need to fight, I just spam units. Actually, one of the reasons I like a game like Black and White 2 was that one of the winning conditions was the no fight one, where you could just, well, have a city so prosperous that your enemy would let go of their city and come live in yours. I actually really like that mechanic. I actually may miss Lionhead a lot. I wish we had more games like Black and White too. I'm feeling so old and desperate and honestly disheartened right now. This was supposed to be a positive thing, but I guess I ruined it. Also, as I'm recording this, I just needed. There's less than a minute left. The whole thing in the Capitol building of the U.S. has happened. If you don't know what it is, just search the news for the angry mob of Trump supporters who attacked and brought a Confederate flag into U.S. Capitol building. And I'm kind of distraught over that too because I hate Trump. I've said it before, and this is just yet another ugly face of politics that I have to deal with. Anyways, less than 30 seconds left. I don't know when I will publish this episode. Probably not at 5 a.m. because nobody will listen to it. Even though. No, I will probably wait until like morning, like 7 a.m. Or maybe sooner, 6 a.m. to publish this. So it will take a while. But I hope to see you next week. Don't forget to send me a message on Anchor if you want. Your message will be played at the beginning of the next episode.